Since I was about 7, I started playing football for my local team in Birmingham. And when I was about 9, 10 years old, that's when I started playing for Birmingham City. Then they came in and started looking at me, so I was always involved in a team really since I was 7 years old. But that's what I used to do. I used to come back from school, used to be out at the front of the house playing football. I used to always play with a lot of the older lads. A lot of the lads used to be about 11 and 12, and I was like 8 years old, and I was tiny. But I can't say I was brilliant, but they always used to want me on their team, and I was only 8 and they were 11, 12. And they always used to say that they'll think that I'll go on and play at some kind of level. I always knew from when I was younger that I wanted to play football. That's all I ever wanted to do. And still now in my 40s, I'm still playing now as well. So, like my parents separated when I was about 10. So my dad, a lot of other players had their dads behind them, and dads used to come out to matches. But I've got 7 sisters and 1 brother. So my mum was busy at home with the children. But I was lucky enough, my Sunday League manager at the time, he looked after me from when I was age 11 up to 16. And he helped me out now. When I went to Birmingham City, he was always there for me and gave me lifts everywhere, and he really helped me. And then when I joined Birmingham City, then it was up to myself then, and I fended for myself. And a lot of my friends went the wrong way, like got involved in bad things. Because the part of Birmingham I'm from, some parts were kind of dodgy, and then I decided to go my way, and football was there for me, and I took advantage of it. And I'm glad to say 20 years later, still playing. I was only 16, 17 when I made my debut for Birmingham. And sometimes I used to be a ball boy as well. I might play, and then a few weeks later I was a ball boy up in the stands. So I was actually sometimes with the supporters as well. And a lot of times it was a hostile atmosphere, and used to be a lot of stick given out from the supporters to the players. So I used to know I would expect that when I was on the pitch as well. I was doing really well at Birmingham at the time. I remember I got called up to the England squad. So I was saying, and that's when I was shaking like mad. Andy Crowe and Steve McManaman, all players like that were in the same squad as me. I made the shadow squad, but I didn't get called up for the under-18s team. Like, I didn't handle it the correct way at my age. I know I could have done better. When I think back, I could have done this, could have done that. No regrets anyway. I'm happy the way things turned out. Like, McManaman's a millionaire, Andy Cole's a millionaire. I'm over here, why you just pay my mortgage? So I'm still happy. I was going for a good spell and I got injured at Birmingham, and I had an operation on my ankle. And when I was making my comeback, Owen Hand wanted me to come to Huddersfield and join Huddersfield. But I was still trying to get my fitness. So he knew Ollie Byrne, and Ollie contacted him and looking for a wide player. So he says to Ollie, have a look at this guy at Birmingham. So I got a call, and I came over here then when I was 19, I think I was. And I remember my debut here against Sligo, October 91, and I scored on my debut. We won 1-0. And from then I decided I wanted to stay here. Me and another guy from Birmingham City came over at the same time, Brian Gray. At the time then there was no black people in Ireland, there's hardly any other different race in Ireland at the time. So people just come up to me and chat to me, say where I'm from, and people were looking at me. And even little kids as well used to be looking at me and staring. And like, it was just different for us being over here then. So I didn't experience much racism back then. But it wasn't until like more different nationalities started to come into the country, that's when it started getting worse as I went on. But I didn't really experience it much myself, just the odd time. But same like in England. Experienced it in some parts of England as well. Yeah, like for myself personally, I think I handled it well enough. I was only young when I came over, and I got stick at the time then, and not so much now the last few years when I've got stick. But when I was younger, and for younger lads, I can see how they might find it hard. My kind of character, I was kind of laid back about it, so I didn't make it affect me, and it never affected me at all. It actually made me play better in the games. I just tried harder myself. But I can see how it would affect a lot of younger lads, and it probably put them off from playing football as well. There is guys out there who will be racist now and will be saying things like that. I've had it done to me by a player. I don't say his name, but when I was younger, he used to always call me names, step on my toe, and try everything possible to put me off. But it used to make me play better. At a tournament there, about 2 years ago, I seen him and I was chatting to him, and he came up and was chatting to me as if nothing happened years ago. But I didn't mention anything to him. I spoke to him anyway, and I just walked my own way and I walked off. I didn't make too much of an effort to make a long conversation with him. He had forgot it anyway, but I hadn't. Still today I don't forget it. That's the biggest game I've played in now, the biggest club as well, Rangers.
And it's a goal, and it's Rutherford.
There was no nerves, surprisingly. I wasn't nervous because it was so exciting about playing in those games. And I always pictured the scoreboard 3-0 and it's 62 or 63 minutes gone. That's my best experience playing in that game. Even though the crowd are really hostile as well, especially in Ibrox. I really enjoyed that game. But the only bad thing about the game was Dermot Keeley at the time. Dermot says to me before the game, more or less says, yeah, your future's not here at Shelbourne, but I'm still going to play in the game anyway. So I just put that out of my head, and I played in the game, and I played really well in the game. But it was about 4 weeks later after that, then he got rid of me out of the club. But in a way, I can see why he got rid of me, because Ollie used to spoil me, and there's a few other lads he didn't like Greg Costello, Tony Sherrin. Ollie had us spoilt, and he was like a father figure to us, so Dermot didn't like that, and that's why he shifted us out. But that was the only bad thing about that game. But the good memories are that I remember talking to Ollie at the time when I was about to leave, and he nearly had tears in his eyes because he didn't want me to leave. But Dermot was the manager, and it was up to Dermot. I remember Ollie's eyes filling up saying, "You're not leaving, Mark, are you?" But then I came back to Bowls. I remember meeting Ollie, and Ollie he didn't want me to go. He tried to do everything to stop me from going there, but eventually I did go there. And it was strange playing against Shells then when I did play against Shells, but the supporters were brilliant with me when I played. And I surprised myself. Supporters were great. They even gave me a clap, and Sparky, and that's why I'd be thinking that God, I must have did something good for all the supporters to treat me so well. That's why I'm still playing now. It's just the love of football. Like I even paid to play football. Last season I was paying, you just pay subs, €10 or €20 to actually play in the game. That's what I mean. So that's how much I love football. And even the coaching, sometimes I volunteer to just do coaching for friends of mine, coaching kids, and not for money, just out of the love of the game. That's what's kept me going for so many years. So I try to get them involved now. My kids, they only started playing in October, and they come out and watch the odd game as well. But wanting to get them involved just to see what I've been doing for the last 20 odd years. But my 2 daughters, they're quite good now as well. They've developed into good players, and they love mixing with the other girls on the team. And I go out and coach them. My wife comes out and watches them as well. Even my wife, she kind of suffers and she can't do things in the evenings because I've got football. It's been like that for I'm over 20 years now, and still now, like I train on Mondays and Tuesdays with the kids, and then Thursdays I'm training with the first team. Saturdays I do academy, and then Sundays I have a game. So nearly every day it's just pure football. But it's because I enjoy it. I just keep doing it. I can't see myself stopping.